I'm going to show you my 6 different categories of seeds that need to be started right now in September. So let's get to it. So the first one is my leafy greens. These are my lettuces, my spinach, pak choy, collard greens, all of those type of things. So I'm getting this out because I need to get these started now. So the second category is brassicas. In my brassicas, that would be kales, collards, broccoli. I have 2 different types of broccoli. I have the typical Calabrese broccoli, but last year I also did a purple sprouting broccoli. This I absolutely loved. I'm definitely doing this again. This took a very long time to harvest, but totally worth it. I also have Brussels sprouts and collards and 2 different types of kale. I like the dinosaur kale, and I also like the Vates blue curled kale. So that's a definite one to get out and get started. The next one is my root vegetables. So in my radishes, I have a ton of radishes. So of course I'm going to probably start all of these. China rose, purple plum, icicle, short top, champion, radish watermelon. I have not tried these yet. These are new seeds for me. Early scarlet globe, done these many times, love those. More scarlet globe, more scarlet globe. French breakfast, love these. Those were really good. And I also did the Easter egg radishes at the beginning of this year. They were really good too. So definitely got to get my radishes started. Next is my carrots. I have 3 types of carrots out here. I have red cord chutney, long imperator, and then 2 different brands here of scarlet nantes. I think I also have some more carrots inside that are pelleted carrots. So I'm definitely going to get the carrots started. Last year I did them both in ground and I did them in grow bags. And I really like the grow bags because that really worked well. The next is beets. I have 2 different types of beets, and my beets were great this year. Horrible last year, but they were great this year. Detroit Red and Ruby Queen. Honestly, I couldn't tell the difference in both of those 2. Next up is my peas. I only have sugar snap peas, so I think I'm going to try to start these, but I don't know if these will do too well. But why not? I'll try them, see what happens. So next up is onions. We just ordered our onions online, the onion seeds, and we're waiting for them to come in. But last year we did a red, a yellow, and a white onion. The red onion was a red shonen, the yellow was a Amaya yellow, and a Texas super sweet. All of those onions were absolutely great in the garden. I have a whole video on those onions, and I'll leave a link for that video. We tried to look for those same onions. We couldn't quite find those this year. So along with these onions, we're also doing the Louisiana shallots again. I'll leave a link on what we did last year with the Louisiana shallots, but we'll probably do another video coming up soon on those Louisiana shallots. And our last category is herbs. You can't go wrong with planting tons of different herbs in the garden at this point because the weather is really starting to cool. So we will be starting some parsley. We're going to try dill again. We did start a little bit of dill seeds out in the garden already, and they're just starting to pop through, so I'm kind of hoping we'll get a little bit more dill going. Definitely some different basils. This is a sweet basil. You guys know I love my basils. Holy basil. I won't do sage because I still have that in the garden right now. Lemon basil. Cilantro. Matter of fact, I have my own seeds from last year. Spicy basil. And more dill. So we'll definitely get these herbs going. So one more thing before we go. Let me take you out into the garden so you can see how some of the other vegetables are doing in the garden. The things that we started like in late July. Cucumbers, squashes, zucchinis, those type of plants. So let me get behind the camera and show you what's going on in the garden. Although we had a great year this year with our zucchinis, they didn't last all summer with the heat. So Keith started a whole nother batch of zucchini right here, and these are doing great. These are the Pantheon zucchinis. We don't have a lot of them. We only have 3 plants here, but they are looking very vibrant and beautiful. We've already been able to harvest some of these. Along with that, we also started another batch of cucumbers. Again, not a lot of cucumbers, but just a couple. We actually started out with 3, but we only have 2 that actually survived. I believe these are Marketmore cucumbers, but they're just starting to pop through now. Where we had the corn this year, we actually put in some butternut squash and some spaghetti squash. These first 2 plants are butternut. The next 3 are spaghetti squash. And with the butternut, doesn't seem like some are working, but another one right there that hopefully might be able to get some from the butternut. For the spaghetti squash, I do see some just starting back here on this plant. That middle guy's just running like crazy, but I don't see anything on him. This one has a spaghetti squash, but for some reason there's bumps on this guy. I'm not sure why he's got bumps on him. I don't recall the spaghetti squash as having bumps, but we'll see what happens. But it is a start, so hopefully we'll get some late summer squashes. One more plant that we started late is this trellis of acorn squash. However, I don't think they're actually acorn. They look more like spaghetti squash to me, so I must have mixed up my seeds. So we'll have to see what happens with this guy, but right now, he's looking a lot more like a spaghetti squash to me. If these are spaghetti squash, that's great. Out of 2 plants that I had this summer, I got 2 spaghetti squash. So if I can get a decent harvest of spaghetti squash, I'll be thrilled. For the rest of the garden, still pulling a whole bunch of eggplants, jalapeno peppers, banana peppers, hot peppers, bell peppers, cherry tomatoes, figs, more figs. We also started a batch of bush beans. We did terrible this year with bush beans and have not been successful at all. But as usual, our bush beans look like they're starting to vine. Must have had a bad packet, but hopefully we'll actually get some beans. So there you have it, our top September vegetables to start, organized by category, so you can get your garden started. Love your garden. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next video.